Alright, magandang araw mga ka-TGFI. We're back again here in the TGFI Live. Today is November 10, 2016. Thursday na naman. Magkakasama na naman tayo. Kamusta kayo guys? Of course, you're with me. My name is Floyd Wicoco. Kung kayo po ay bago pa lang nakakapasok sa ating TGFI Live. By the way, this is every Thursday. Kung kayo po ay naghahangad na kung saan ba dapat, ano ba dapat yung magpapa-enjoy sa akin ng aking Thursday night, Thursday afternoon, Thursday morning, whatever, nasaan ka man. Tune in here na TGFI so that you can learn something new, no? And of course, ang ating pag-uusapan for today is eto kasi, no, maraming mga maraming mga ka-TGFI natin, especially the new investors or those we call them newbies, no? How to start, ano ba yung mga dapat kong gawin, no? Most of the time, they get to have lots of mistakes in terms of investment plans nila, di ba? So, which is why we're going to talk about the 12 costly mistakes ng isang investor, no? And of course, we are joined by our friend from the CFA. Ito, CFA, social, no? It's an international organization. Diba? So, Chartered Financial Analyst. Yeah? Chartered Financial Analyst. Diba, if you want to know more about CFA, tatanong natin sa kanya. Okay? So, kasama natin si Miss Mary Tony Bautista. She's the VP for Candidate Relations. Yan, okay?
Good evening, Floyd.
Yes. So, Miss Tony,
yes.
So, tayo ngayon, mga ka-TGFI, if you're online right now, makakasama natin si Miss Tony. If you guys have any questions, no, you can key in your questions along the way. Mamaya babasahin natin siya isa-isa. And of course, bago tayo mag-start sa ating session for today, gusto ko muna ulit mag-hello sa inyo lahat, mga ka-TGFI. For those who are just went online right now, magandang araw. Si Mel Force already online from Singapore. Yan. Si Joyce, si Miss Joyce of PNG, Suke. Ma'am Joyce, magandang hapon. Guys, if you have time as well, please share our fan page, okay? Please share it. And of course, huwag kakalimutan na i-like and pusuan nyo na rin, no? Like and share, no? So that more Filipinos will get to learn more about what we do here in TGFI. Okay? Ito, Miss Tony. Kasi ako, nabanggit ko kanina, no? May case ako before, no? When I don't have any idea yet about investing, no? Ang ginawa ko lang, narinig ko lang na ganun pala yung investments, stocks, mutual funds. But totally wala akong alam. So what I did, nakikinig ako ng konti, but what I did is that I tried to research online and I get to learn something from it. But of course, wala naman nagsabi sa akin na ano ba yung dapat kong pasukin? Ano ba yung dapat kong gawin? Saan ba dapat ako magsisimula? So, I made a lot of mistakes. So, may mga times na nag-trade ako sa stock market, nag-atrabaho ako noon, bigla na lang magugulat yung boss ko, namumula na lang ako bigla.
Kasi lumalaki na yung talo.
Lumalaki na yung talo. Ayan. So, I think yan one of the mistakes, no?
Yes.
So, yan. So, I think we will be talking about all of this session. Pero, ikaw ba, as when you started, ano yung common mistakes mo rin?
Sa totoo lang, lahat naman ng investors, tingin ko, pinagdaanan yun.
Okay.
Pinagdaanan yun na, kasi wala namang exact math or exact formula yung investing. Yeah. Kasi at the end of the day, wala naman tayong control sa mangyayari sa presyo ng stocks, sa presyo ng fixed income, sa interest rates moving forward. Kasi syempre, lahat, maraming factors kasi affecting these prices. So, kaya, sa totoo lang, for me, everything would entail experience. And you would only get that experience kapag sinimulan.
Okay.
So
ibig sabihin, okay lang na matalo?
Yes.
Okay lang masaktan?
That's part of it. That's part of it. Okay. Totoo lang.
So, para palang nasa pag-ibig kasi masasaktan. So,
that's part of it. Yeah. Pero magandang measured risk.
Okay.
And risk na, parang technically, kung may talo ka na, for example, ang suggestion namin doon ay dapat meron kang threshold level ng talo.
Okay.
Kung tingin mo, kasi sa totoo lang, karamihan sa atin emotional when it comes to trading, na parang tingin natin, parang bias na in a way, di ba? Na parang, patalo na, laki-laki na ng talo, tapos sabihin natin, hindi kaya umakyat, di ba?
Okay.
Pero sa totoo lang, you have to be disciplined.
Okay.
So, it's nice to try. Okay. Okay lang to book losses.
Okay.
Pero you have to be disciplined in investing.
So, dapat yung mga, isusulat mo rin yung mga, ano yung naging cost ng loss mo?
Yes, oo.
Part ng strategy to.
Part ng strategy, part ng strategy.
Well, kung isipin mo, no, parang budgeting din no? When you plan for your savings to grow, you need to plan for it. You need to write down everything. Same when you're investing.
Yes.
You also need to plan for it.
In a way, may dedication din in a way kasi kailangan talaga bantayan, no?
Okay.
Yun yung sinasabi ko rin kanina, no? Kaya marami namang investment outlets available. Depende kung marami kang free time na bantayan o kung wala masyado, no? Marami tayong investment outlets for this purpose.
Alright. Sige, siguro para masimulan na natin, let's go with the 12 items that we have for our viewers for today. So guys, if you are online right now, meron kayong pen and paper, you are free to write down everything na gusto nyo matutunan for today's topic natin. Our topic for today is 12 common mistakes or 12 costly mistakes investors make by Miss Martoni. And of course, we are truly. Ayan. So, sulat nyo lang, no? If you have questions as well, paki-comment na lang po sa ating comment box. Mamaya na ako mag-hello sa inyo. Ipunin muna natin. Kasi kasabi sa akin ng mga kasama ko dito, umaabot na daw ng 2 hours ang isang episode ng TGFI Live. Kaka-hello lang daw sa inyo. So, we're going to try to pagsasama-samahin natin in a while. Hello lang kayo dyan. Later, I'll make sure that I'm going to say hi to all of you. For now, kayo po ay feel free to ask your questions na rin and say hi to me so that later babasahin ko na isa-isa. So, let's start. 12 costly mistakes. Ano yung number 1?
Number 1. Actually, caveat ko lang, no?
Okay.
Ang sulat nito, hindi ako.
Okay.
Kasi yung former president namin, si Miss April Tan, VP for Research in COL.
Si Miss April
Lintan.
Of Call Financial as well.
Yes, oo.
Okay.
So, kanya to.
Okay.
So explain lang natin.
Okay. So, kay Miss April Lintan, if you are watching us right now,
hi, April. Thank you.
Hi as well. Nakita niyo po ba yung text ko? Joke. Okay. Yan, kasi di ba marami nagkaka-crush kay Miss April. Yeah. So, alam mo na, maganda Anyway, so let's start.
Okay, let's start. Number 1 would be having no investment strategy. Okay. Medyo may sometimes some investors natatakot na sila pag nakikita na yung investment strategy word kasi medyo intimidating. Pero sa totoo lang, ang layman's definition nun, kung itatranslate ko na mas simple yung explanation, is hindi mo naman kailangan ng parang support level, price target in terms of investing. No? Simulan mo sa monthly sahod mo. Sa monthly sahod. Normally, ang recommended would be 70% would be used for your daily, for your monthly expenses. Set aside mo na agad yung 20% for investment. 10% as emergency funds. Yun yung naririnig ko at nababasa ko na recommendation.
Very basic na to.
No? Which you can emulate. Ang mangyayari doon, tanggalin mo na agad pagkasweldo mo kasi ang mahirap sa atin, no, pagkadating na sweldo, sometimes meron na yung naka-allocate na panggastos, no. Pero magandang discipline, paulit-ulit ko sinasabi, na tanggalin mo na yung 30% total.
Yes.
10% as emergency funds, 20% yun ang i-invest mo simula, no. Tapos yun yung number 1, determine mo kung ano yung investable funds. And then, that's part of investment strategy in itself. And then, number 2, tignan ninyo yung time horizon. Yung 20% na yun, technically, dapat excess funds siya. Meaning, pwede mo siyang iwan ng mahabang panahon na naka-invest. This would allow you to, in a way, stomach any mark-to-market losses. Mark-to-market kasi hindi mo pa siya nire-realize, hinahayaan mo lang because your view, yung position mo, yung portfolio mo, medium to long term. Yung tenor niya. And then, number 3, tignan niyo yung sarili ninyo. Yung risk tolerance na tawag. Medyo matatakotin ka ba? Kung medyo matatakotin ka, yung 20% na yun, baka dapat 20% of the 20% lang yung nasa magalaw na investment products like stocks.
Okay.
And then a bigger chunk nasa fixed income or deposit.
Okay.
Or time deposit.
Mrs. Tony, sige, para lang sa ating mga nanonood na wala talagang alam. Let's just say they don't have any idea pa. What is fixed income? Ano ba yung mga ma-recommend mo muna? Or sige. Ano yung in layman's?
Okay. Ang tawag dito ay traditional investment products.
Okay.
Ito yung matagal na existing. No?
Okay.
Number 1 would be stocks.
Okay.
So, lahat ng mga listed companies sa Philippine Stock Exchange, pwede mo actually bilhin yung stock nila. So, if for example, meron kang company na very positive yung tingin mo, outlook mo sa company na yon because yung industry niya growing and so forth, no? Pwede mong bilhin yung stock ng kumpanya yun. Okay. So, that is stock investment.
These are publicly listed companies.
Yes. Okay. So, yun yung number 1. Number 2 would be fixed income.
Fixed income.
Fixed income, ang tawag sa kanya, jargon sa kanya sa market ay bonds. Bonds. Technically, kaya siya fixed income kasi kapag binili mo yung fixed income instrument, meron kang matatanggap na interest payments until maturity.
Okay.
Fixed interest. Okay. Normally, mas mataas yun than your time deposit rates. Okay. Time deposit mo, para lang siyang savings, para lang siyang deposit, pero medyo mas mahaba. 90, 180 days until 360 days. Pwede pa actually beyond 360 days.
But for bonds, on an average, ilang percent ba yung kaya?
Medyo mababa lang yun. Siguro, corporate bonds kaya ng mga 3 to 5%. 3 to 5%. Yeah. Depende sa tenor niya. Medyo mahaba-haba, 5 to 10 years. Okay. No? Depende kung sino yung issuer. Si Philippine government, marami siyang ini-issue bonds. Okay. So, technically, a bond kasi is an obligation by the issuer.
Okay.
So, kapag bumili ka ng bond issued by the national government, ang credit risk mo ay sa Pilipinas.
Okay.
Kaya siya considered na technically default risk-free. Kasi syempre, maliit lang naman yung posibilidad na any country can default.
Not unless masira yung government.
Yes, oo. Okay. So, pero marami din tayong tawag doon ay corporate bonds. Ang nag-i-issue ay corporations.
Mga companies
naman.
Diba? It's interesting kasi pwede pala yan. No? For example, basically, it's utang.
Yes.
Diba? Mangungutang sa'yo yung government.
Para mangungutang sa yung government, mangungutang sa yung corporation. Sila Ayala, for example. Si Ayala, mahilig magtapya ng local bond market, peso bond market.
So, Shal, halimbawa, wala kang pera, excess ka na, kunyari, 100 pesos, for example. Pautangin mo si Ayala. Pag tinanong ka, sino may utang sa'yo?
Si Ayala.
Gusto niyo magkaroon ng, pautangin niyo si Ayala. Puntahan niyo siya.
Meron din tayong special type of product na medyo nagiging ng popularity now. Ang tawag sa kanila, unit investment trust funds or mutual funds. Technically,
UITF.
UITF, MFs. Pool siya, portfolio siya of fixed income securities and stocks. No? Depende on the type of UITF or mutual fund. Pero ang kagandahan kasi sa UITF and mutual fund is that meron kang professional na asset managers managing the portfolio. And syempre, gusto din naman nila palaguin yung pera mo. So, actually, ito yung marirecommend ko dun sa mga taong busy o kaya yung parang yung sa trabaho nila, hindi nila kayang bantayan yung mga presyo.
Pero gusto mag-invest sa
Pero gusto mag-invest.
Oo.
So, might as well invest in UITFs or mutual funds. Actually, ganun yung ginagawa ko.
Wow.
Kasi nga, wala akong panahon to do the monitoring myself.
So, siya, pinautang mo na sa Ayala, may sarili ka pang manager.
Oo, diba? Pero syempre may fees yun.
So, siya pala, maging investor. Kasi, di ba? You get to experience these things. For example, nag-invest ka pa sa stocks, partner mo pa si Tangkatcho. Sino ka partner mo? Sino business partner mo? Ni Tangkatcho. Pinautang ko nga si Sobel de Ayala kanina. Tapos isang araw, pinuntahan ko yung fund manager ko. Hindi ka na ma-reach yan. If you want to be people like us na hindi na ma-reach, you can try to invest your money because of course, magkano lang ba para makapagsimula?
Sa totoo lang nakakarinig ako na 10,000 lang pwede na. And very accessible na now. Punta ka lang sa mga branch ng mga bangko. Kasi yung mga bangko, may mga trust sila, trust divisions. Sila yung mga asset managers natin.
Sabi nga nila kasi, dati daw, para makapag-open ka ng investment, it will take you a lot of effort bago ka makapag-open.
Oo, parang kailangan meron ka pang account officer, tapos yung minimum amount, most of the time, para at least 100,000 naabutan ko pa yun. Pero ngayon, since I believe the entire financial market naman, ang objective nila is to educate our retail investors. So, kaya ito yung initiative ng mga bangko. They did so by actually making the minimum investment amount lower.
Wow. Diba? Yun naman yung good effort ng ating government right now, or even of course yung mga private firms natin, because they're trying to reach out to the Filipino people, to the masses, diba? Sabi nga ni Tony kanina, before 100K for you to have your investment, let's say in bonds. Right now, you can open for as low as 5,000 pesos, diba? So, yun yung maganda. And of course, yan naman lahat yan, natututunan nyo rin, of course, through sessions like here in the TGFI Live. Okay? So, hello nga pala sa aking dalawang kapatid na dumaan sa aming harapan. Diba? So, sana umuwi na kayo ng tuluyan. Joke lang. Okay. Okay. Ayan. Okay. So, what's our next point?
Next common investor mistake is just buying individual stocks instead of a diversified portfolio of securities. Merong nosebleed na term, diversification.
Okay.
Favorite term to ng mga portfolio managers. Kasi sa totoo lang, ano ba ang diversification? Diversification, layman's definition natin, is not putting all of your eggs in one basket.
Yes.
Okay. Technically, it's a way for you to spread out your risk.
Okay.
So, rather than concentrating on one stock, na lahat ng pera mo naka-invest lang sa isang kumpanya, bumili ka ng portfolio of stocks such that nasa-spread across yung risk.
Yeah. Especially, of course, what's happening right now in the market, di ba? Well, of course, si Donald Trump just won.
Yes.
Pero if we're going to look on the effect of pero umangat, by the way, US, yun daw kapon, it's up. All-time high pa nga daw.
All-time high pa nga eh.
Pero, kumbaga, para, kung ayaw mo masyado maramdaman, yung mga ganyang fall of the market, di ba? Try to diversify your investments. Para, bagsak yung stock portfolio ko, it's fine because I have
because naman yung fixed income ko, no?
Yeah.
Most of the time kasi, textbook relationship kasi, perception ay stocks, risky assets yun. Tapos safe haven or less risky assets yung fixed income. So kapag bagsak yung market, for example, stocks, most of the time, lilipat yung pera sa fixed income. So down yung stock portfolio mo, pero pwedeng up yung fixed income portfolio mo. So neto, your entire portfolio, technically, parang more or less flat lang yung performance.
So ganyan lagi, parang bonds, they always perform against.
Textbook yun. Pero actually, parang ngayon, syempre, ang dami na ng mga pagbabago na nangyayari, no? So, pero kaya might as well, mas maganda pa rin na diversified yung portfolio. Kasi hindi mo na alam kung ano na yung correlated, na parang sabay gumalaw, na paakyat, o opposite kung gumalaw.
Actually, before nabalitaan ko rin, yung panahon daw ni President Estrada, time deposit, 10%.
Yes, oo. Naabutan ko rin yun. Parang time ni na GMA. Siguro mga 8%, 6%.
10% na.
Oo, ganun talaga.
Pero, of course, dahil during that time, the market was performing so bad. No?
Yes.
So, but ngayon, kaya makikita nyo ang time deposit.
Mababa. Kasi actually, offshoot yun from what happened in 2008. Di ba nung global financial crisis, ang nangyari, si Federal Reserve, parang central bank ng US, nag-cut ng rate. Kasi normally, ang effect nun would be investors, mangungutang sila. Kasi mababa yung interest rate. It's really for them, for investment purposes, para meron pa ring trabaho yung mga tao, meron pa ring spending, di ba? So, technically, since pababa yung interest rate US, si BSP sumunod.
Okay.
Kaya ngayon, mababa pa rin yung interest rate sa atin. Hindi pa rin sila nag-aakyat. No?
Okay. Sige, Miss Tony, let's go to our, pang-ilan na tayo?
Pangatlo pa lang.
Pangatlo. Okay, sige. Let's go to our next point. This is our number 4 points. So guys, if you have any questions na in mind, key in already in our comment box. And of course, mamaya babatiin ko kayo isa-isa. So, hintay lang kayo. Okay, let's go to the number 4.
Sorry, number 3 pala.
Number 3. Okay, go.
Buying stocks and not companies.
Okay.
Kasi some investors, tinitignan nila na yung stock trading para siyang gambling, no? So, hindi siya taya-tayaan lang, no? Ang gusto natin, disiplina. Gusto natin mag-aral yung mga retail investors natin. So, dapat, prior to you buying a stock, dapat medyo titignan mo na rin yung performance ng kumpanya, any future expansion plans, kumusta yung forecast nila yung projection nila ng income moving forward prior to you investing in the stock. No, and buying on that company.
Yes.
So, kailangan din ng konting pag-aaral. Nakikita naman yun sa business section.
Yes. So before, kasi ang advantage ngayon, if you want to know about mga stocks or bonds or you can easily go to the internet, especially YouTube or even Facebook groups, di ba? Punta lang kayo dyan, you get to learn a lot. Before ba, yung mga ways? Talagang textbook na,
Before, parang sariling sikap din talaga. Pero ngayon kasi, marami ng broker firms na nagre-release ng research nila.
So wala dati talaga?
Dati parang wala Oo, parang talagang sariling sikap. Hanap ka, tingin-tingin ka ng mga website, Magtanong-tanong ka sa mga kaibigan mo na into the stock market.
Wow. So yun naman yung kagandahan, Kumbaga nire-reach out na sa inyo lahat, guys. Ang kailangan mo na lang is just to act. Yes. That's all you need to do. Of course, research more about the company or about the investment na gusto mong pasukin. And if you think you're ready, you have to act on it already as well, di ba? Because right now, ilan lang ba ang na-convert natin na stock market accounts? According to the latest survey, it's 720. Parang ganyan, 720,000 accounts. Ilang milyong for the stock market. Ilang milyong Pilipino tayo? We have 100 million Filipinos, but it's 0.60% only of the total population. Sobrang baba pa niyan. So, yan naman, ways like this through TGFI and of course through the help of CFA and the rest of our organizations helping to promote financial literacy in the Philippines. Ang kailangan na lang yung gawin is to act. Di ba? Nandito na, sa harapan nyo na. You're already being taught on what you should do. But the best way pa rin, I always recommend these things, na dapat, pag kayo natuto, you also have to teach your loved ones, your friends, di ba? Kasi nga, how can we make financial education popular kung ikaw mismo, you don't spread it to anyone? Ayan. Okay.
I agree.
So, yeah. Okay. So, again, guys, if you have questions, feel free to comment it already para mamaya simulan natin mga tanong niya. Let's go to our number 4. Okay.
Actually, yung 4 and 5, medyo magkadikit.
Okay.
4 and 5, buying high and selling low.
Yeah.
Naku, maling-mali yun, di ba? Okay. Buying high and selling low kasi para kumita tayo.
Buy high, sell low.
Kasi syempre, para kumita tayo, dapat buy low, sell high. That is the basic trading mantra. Kaya lang, sa totoo lang, whenever you're investing kasi, hindi mo mahiwalay emosyon.
Yeah.
So for example, tingin mo ay napag-iiwanan ka na, paakyat yung presyo, napag-iiwanan ka na, saka ka bibili. Most of the time, nakakabili ka sa peak na.
Nako, common mistake yan.
Tapos, o kaya pag pabagsak yung market, lahat nagsisibentahan, tapos ikaw, nagpanik ka din, magbenta ka. Benta ka rin at the low, Kaya actually, that is the main reason why, for me, you should stick to the 20% and stick to your medium to long-term view.
So, tama rin, na talagang i-limit mo rin yung, let's say, I want to try trading in the stock market, Limit ko lang. Hindi lahat ng buong pondo ko na pang-investment, pang-trade ko na lahat.
Yes. Yung excess, Excess of what you earn on a monthly basis.
Yeah. That's a good tip from Tony. Sa akin naman, aking tip naman for you guys. If you, let's say, hindi mapigilan, you really want to trade in the stock market, ganito na lang yung deal, If you are working, di ba, you are busy, you have office works, Now, pag naisipan mo mag-trade, you have to make sure that your time is on that trade. Kasi dito sa Pilipinas, di ba, hindi mo pwedeng i-prepare na may mga cut loss points. Kasi nga, may kulang pa sa mismong system natin, Now, what you should do, kung ikaw po ay nagtatrabaho, wag magte-trade, Because, ito, a lot of times I get to experience this, Pagka magtatrabaho ako, nagte-trade ako on the spot na nag-work ako, tapos magugulat na lang yung mga kasamahan ko sa work, nagagalit na ako, mainit na yung ulo ko, di ba? Sabihin mo nga, control of emotions. It really affects work.
Yes. In a way, kailangan may separation din talaga. So, yun yung challenge sa totoo lang sa mga working class.
Yes.
Kaya ang suggestion ko, if you do not have time to do it, might as well invest in mutual funds or ETFs.
Ayan. Di ba marami namang magagandang funds na you can also maximize your money.
Or if, for example, kapag bumili ka ng stock, might as well hold on to it for a medium to long term. Medium to long term. Hindi short term. Mga ganyan, Sometimes meron nga akong kilala, years na hinawakan. Tapos, grabe, parang kinalimutan na niya. Sa gulat na lang siya, ang laki na pala ng kita niya.
Siguro DMCA pa.
Millions na nagulat din siya.
Okay. Diba? So guys, if you, gusto nyong itry ang ganyang klaseng industry, you want to trade in the stock market, sabi ni Tony, 6 months is okay. Mga medium to long term. Yes. Kasi nga you're busy. Diba? Bakit mo ipipilit na magte-trade ka? Hindi mo naman trabaho ang trading. Diba? One time, ang mangyayari na lang dyan, magiging tuition fee mo, yung pinang-trade mo. And it will hurt you so much. Yes. Diba? So,
we wouldn't want that, of course.
Yes.
Ayaw naman natin masusunod tayo.
Yes. Okay, so let's go to the next.
Okay, the next is churning your investments. Churning your investment means you are trading too much.
Okay.
You are trading too much. Remember kasi, na kapag nagtitrade ka, meron kang binabayad na brokerage fee. So, pwede na, ang tawag doon chupita Okay. Yung parang churn ka lang, parang konting kita lang, konting akyat ng presyo, benta ka na agad, no?
So, hello nga pala sa mga kaibigan kong chupitero. Kay Francis Lopez. Okay.
So, ang problema doon is, per trade mo kasi, kailangan ka magbayad ng brokerage fee. Sometimes, hindi siya natitake into account.
Yes. Oo nga. So, barya lang naman.
Ganyan. Pero, nag-accumulate Na, in the end, yung akala mong kita mo, magugulat ka na, bakit ang liit? Kasi nagbayad ako ng brokerage fee.
Yan. Oy, nakikita ko, konti pala yung nagsishare. Mag-share kayo, ha? Kayo, ha? Okay, so let's go to the next.
Next one is acting on tips and sound bites.
Okay.
Ito na yun. Nako.
Marami akong kilalang ganyan. Uy, maganda daw stock to. Uso to ngayon. Yeah.
Okay lang makinig. Okay lang makinig. Pero, at the end of the day, pera mo kasi to
Yes.
So, my suggestion is, kung may marinig ka na stock tip, might as well make your own due diligence.
Yes.
Read the business section, look through their financials, of the company's financials, prior to you deciding on whether this is a stock worth buying.
Okay. Very basic ng look. Sabi mo kasi kanina, look on the company's financials. Basic things na titignan namin sa financials na isang company.
Most of the time, titignan mo yung consistency.
Okay.
Consistency of net income.
Yeah,
consistency of return on equity.
Okay.
Tapos titignan mo din yung year-on-year moves.
Yeah.
Kung for example, nakita mo ang laki ng bagsak, titignan mo ngayon, pwede naman siyang it's in a way, parang negative signal, no? Pero, you have to look deeper. Baka naman meron lang silang binayaran na one-off, no? Kaya this year, lumaki yung expenses nila and so forth, no? So, dapat, well, for me, key here is consistency.
Okay. How about IPOs? Nabanggit mo kanina.
Nabanggit ko rin kanina. Actually, kasi ganun lang, kasi nga wala akong masyadong panahon na mag-trade. Most of the time, nakikiparticipate lang ako sa stock trading kapag merong kumpanya na nag-tap ng primary market, nag-initial public offering.
Yeah.
Tapos, syempre, hindi lang naman malalaman ko yun from my colleagues, no, na merong may kumpanya na mag-IPO, no. Pero hindi naman lahat sinasakyan ko. Titignan ko kung malakas yung demand.
Okay.
So, magtatanong-tanong ako kung magkano na yung... Normally kasi magre-release naman sila ng parang target na capital na ma-release nila
Okay.
Tapos merong book size.
Okay.
Yung parang order book size na mabibigay yung mga arrangers, for example. Tapos titignan ko rin yung future plans of the company. Kung meron bang tangible assets niya, magiging sustainable ba yung business ng kumpanya prior to me investing, no? So, medyo marami-rami din kumpanya na because of course, currently, our investors, naghahanap sila ng yield
Okay.
So, awash with cash yung financial market natin. So, naghahanap lang tayong investment outlet. So, actually, karamihan ng mga nag-IPO recently, oversubscribed naman, umaangat naman talaga. Pero of course, merong a few na hindi. Oo, meron pa rin a few na hindi.
Tulad nung isa dyan, isang araw lang nakaka-IPO. Naku, hindi gumalaw. Okay. Ayan. Pero of course, kasi ingat pa rin kayo. Kasi di ba marami tayong kakilala dyan. Kami na-experience namin before through our forum in TGFI, no, na talaga that narinig nila na maganda daw yung company. Parang first few days of trading niya, bagsak yung stock from its IPO price. Tapos bigla na lang nagulat na yung iba, pinag-uusapan na yung stock, kung saan forum na umaangat. And then just few days, it went to, parang nag-start siya ng 450 yata. It went to as high as 22, 25
nag-ceiling.
pesos. Over ceiling. Yeah. Pero, nagpasukan lahat. 3 days yun. 50% ceiling. Nagpasukan lahat. Pero, since hindi nga masyado na-prove yung fundamentals ng company.
Nung kumpanya.
Unahan sila to get out.
Okay.
And in just few days, today yata the stock is only 1 peso, 2 pesos. So, yan yung mga bagay na kailangan mag-ingat din kayo.
So, fundamental analysis talaga. Yes. Tignan niyo yung kumpanya kung meron bang tangible asset and sustainable yung business model. Okay.
About our next point for
next point is actually related to yung churning natin.
Okay.
Paying too much in fees and commissions.
Yan.
So, yun nga, parang offshoot lang siya nung churning too much. No? You are paying too much fees and commissions in doing this exercise.
Yeah. So, kayo rin, dapat, no, check nyo rin yung inyong mga investments, mutual fund stocks. As much as possible, kung kaya nyo malaman yung mga fees, try to compare it. No? Para lang makita nyo kung saan yung mas mura. And then also check as well the historical performance, kung magaling ba yung fund manager kasi nag-perform yung mismong fund niya. Now, other thing, titignan mo rin yung portfolio, kung pwede rin. So, maraming ways. Diba? Ganun pa rin eh. Based from what you're saying is, and of course, what we all are saying, no? Research pa rin kayo. You need to make a research on your own.
Effort
Hindi pwedeng, effort pa rin. Even mutual funds.
Yes, Hindi naman na parang parang, kasi ang daming mutual funds So, paano malalaman kung alin yung bibilhin mo, no? So, for me, titignan mo dyan would be historical performance again. Available naman yun sa mga website, no? And then, and for me, what's key is consistency.
Consistency. Okay, sige. What are the other things?
Other thing would be decision-making by tax avoidance. Okay. Remember, parang offshoot lang kasing tax.
Yes.
Take note kasi na whenever you sell your investment, tapos you will be booking a gain, may capital gains tax. No, so you have to impute that na talagang parte ng buhay ng investing, no. Some investors kasi ang ginagawa nila is they are delaying selling their investment and realizing the capital gains kasi ayaw nila magbayad ng capital tax. So, ang risk mo doon is what if bumagsak naman yung presyo, di nawala naman all together yung kita mo, no. So, dapat your key goal pa rin is to grow your money. Not to, hindi yung magtipid ka sa taxes mo.
Yeah. So make sure, no, na monitor natin na maayos yung ating mga investments.
Yes. So, yan na lang ba?
Sige lang. We also have other mga online na ka-TGFI. Hello kay Jonathan Albaracin from UAE. He's watching from UAE. Hello, Jonathan. Hello din. Yan, you guys now putting your comments or your questions rather. Ayan, sige, mamaya babasahin natin yan. Hello muna tayo sa lahat ng mga nanonood. Hello kay Mel Arceo Manulat from Jordan. Hi, Mel. So, parang twice ko na nakita to si Mel na nag-online from Jordan. Ayan. And kay D, you have a question later. Babasahin natin. Ronald Lalusin from Singapore. Hello, Ronald. Okay, hi po. Okay, ito question to kay Steph. Namaya, Steph. Glad, yay! Wow, yayamanin sa'yo. May utang si Ayala. Yes, of course. Glad, kung gusto mong umutang sa akin, pautangin kita. 50% interest rate. Ayan, yeah. Kasi bawal mangutang sa akin. Yung one sign, 50% interest rate in 1 month. Ayan, parang lang, no? Scam. Si Rochelle is online. Hi, Rochelle. Ayan. Bri de la Peña, pinusuan ko na, idol. Yes, pusuan mo. Ano mo pa, ha? I-share mo pa, Brian. Okay? And good evening from Shonil Pasquil. Nice. Mars, thank you, Mars. John Paul. Hi, guys. Hi din sa'yo, John Paul. Kahit nasa office. Nice topic. Buti nakahabol. Good for you, Carlo Magno Robles. And you may now key in your question as well. Mamaya tatanungin natin yan. Tatanong natin sa ating guest. Online, si Jepoy from Saudi Arabia. Hello, Jepoy. Watching from Hong Kong naman si Dan Wayne Cordero. Hello. Hello, Dan Wayne. And yes, ayan. So mamaya natin meron pa pala. Marian Garcia. Good evening. Good evening daw sa'yo, Miss Tony.
Good evening.
Ayan. Okay.
Marian
Garcia. Yan. Yanawin Simpat. Ayan. Mamaya natin ito itatanong yung mga questions nyo. Maganda yan. I-reserve natin. Okay? And of course, si Dex Villamin of DV Bower. Yan. Dex, yung proposal ko sa'yo ha. Huwag ka mag-alala. Ang bahala sa'yo. Our next statement. Ayan. Our next mistake.
Okay. Actually, we're down to the last three na lang pala. Last three.
Okay, last three.
The third to the last would be setting unrealistic expectations. Okay, setting unrealistic expectations because actually, ang recommendation ko is for you, we normally look at historical performance, no? Pero you have to manage your expectations na a lot of variables are actually affecting the prices of bonds and stocks, no? So, although that might be your decision factor whenever you are choosing your mutual funds or UITFs, you should set realistic expectations na pwedeng lower than historical yung maging return.
Baka naman mamaya gusto nag-invest ka sa isang investment, bonds, gusto mo 100% return in one day.
Siyempre, hindi yun mangyayari.
Scam na yun. Okay. Kasi you also have to make sure na if you're going to invest, of course, isa rin na batayan is to check mo rin yung historical returns.
Yes.
Para manage mo nga yung expectations mo.
Manage mo yung expectations mo na pwede din kasi na good year lang last year, for example, no? Na ngayon, baka mahirapan na sila to replicate yung performance. Actually, ngayon medyo mahirap totoo this year, no?
Ang daming causes ng pwedeng yung fluctuate ng market. Interest rates.
Global developments pa. We have Europe, may Japan, may US, no? Lahat yun naapektuhan yung Philippine assets.
Yes. Meron pa yung pagkapanalo ni Trump.
Diba?
So, hindi natin alam what will be the new policies of the Trump administration. We'll see. Actually,
with change, may volatility lagi yun.
Yan. So, you have to check the prices. Ito, actually, meron akong kwento. Kasi, same from your statement, no? Almost the same. Kasi ito, last time, no, may dalawang mag-boyfriend pa lang sila, no? Nag-approach sila sa akin. Sabi nila, "Oy, Floyd, gusto ko mag-invest sa stocks." Kasi that time, the market was it hit the all-time high already, 7,000 points for the first time. So, syempre lahat masaya. Uy, hindi na siguro babagsak yung market, 7,000. And they asked, "Floyd, can I put in our money? It's our money worth ganito-gito. Pero maglo-loan kami sa bank to put in the market. Pero yung pera na yun, whatever we're going to earn, ipang-wedding namin, pangkakasal namin." So of course, syempre from my end, natakot ako for them. Kasi ang daming naka-risk And ang sabi lang nila, ang pinaka-basis lang nila is, we do think that the market will still go up. Because during that time, the market was really
positive yung sentiment.
Sobrang excited sila. Syempre, hindi mo naman pipigilan. It's their money. Pero after 3 days yata or 1 week, the market went down from 7,000 points, 5,600 points.
Okay.
So, ilang percent yun? Parang 20% yata yung binagsak. So, I had never heard anything from them after that question nila. But of course, kung tinuloy man nila yung kanilang investment, I don't know what happened to their relationship. So, yun lang ang pinaka-mensahe lang namin sa inyo, no? Never put in yung inyong pera na inutang nyo para sa isang investment.
Yes.
Kasi you're expecting, mag-return to dito. No. Yes. Your investment should always be your excess.
Your excess, excess of what you have. Hindi yung mag-open up ka pa ng utang na pang-invest. Kasi yung utang, obligation agad yun Yung investment mo, pwedeng umakyat, pwedeng bumagsak Pero yung sa utang mo, kailangan mo pa rin magbayad. So, outflow na agad yun.
Yan mga ka-TGFI, ingat-ingat, huwag masyado magpapadala sa hype. Right? Make your own research.
Maganda yun, yung hype na yan.
Yes. Okay. Ayan. So, we're down with the last two.
Last two? Second to the last would be neglect. Okay, ayun. Yung parang nag-invest ka lang, pinabayaan mo na. Pwedeng sinasadya mo dahil tinamad ka lang or pwedeng wala ka lang oras. So, costly yun, of course. No? And, yun nga, recommendation ko nga sa mga busy, might as well hire. Parang yun nga, invest in UITFs and mutual funds. Which are managed, pooled funds, which are managed by professional asset managers.
What can you say with exchange-traded funds, ETF?
Actually, parang naririnig ko na that's going to be the flavor of the year, no, moving forward. Na it's getting traction. It's getting more and more popular nowadays. I'm okay with it. Kaya lang, syempre, ang problema mo doon is that technically, meron kang slippage. Yung return mo would be lower than, it's index tracker fund. Tracker fund. It will still always be lower than the index kasi kailangan mo magbayad ng asset manager fee. Yun yung kailangan mong i-manage lang. Pero kung gusto mo lang na at least nakikita mo yung index, no, okay lang na to place a portion of your excess funds in index tracker funds.
Okay. Parang mutual funds yan, no? Because ang basis naman ng ETF, for now in the country, index pa lang, PSE index pa lang.
Yes, oo.
So, sabi
ang maganda kasi kapag exchange-traded fund, para lang siyang stock trading din.
Okay.
So, madali siyang madali yung bumili, tsaka magbenta. Para ka lang in your trading account, no? Versus you buying a mutual fund or UITF na kailangan meron ka pang redemption notice, ang tawag kapag kailangan, gusto mo ibenta, di ba?
May ganyan ako case. Ako hassle ako kasi may times na gusto ko withdraw because I'm going to put it sana into the other instrument. Pero nung sinasabi na sa akin yung process, natamad na ako.
May redemption notice pa most of the time. May procedure naman na dapat in-explain sa'yo prior to you investing.
Wala Nga, kung sino ka man. Ingat ka.
You should keep that in mind as well. Okay. Last na.
Yes.
Not knowing your real tolerance for risk. Not knowing your real tolerance for risk.
Okay.
Sometimes kasi, investors, baka kung newbie ka pa lang, tapos yung mga kaibigan mo, matagal na nag-i-invest, no? Pwede kasi na ma-intimidate ka. Parang madala ka. Magyayabang-yabang ka na, ay hindi, sige, ito na rin, kagayahin ko yung investment strategy mo. When in fact, medyo in a way, takot ka pa. In terms of risk tolerance, you are more on the risk-averse side and not more on the aggressive side.
That's right.
So, personality naman talaga yun. So, for me, prior to you investing, you should assess yourself. Look at your risk tolerance and that should be what would dictate your investment picks.
Okay. Ayan, di ba? So, good. Kasi nga, ang kagandahan naman dito na isa-isa natin, yung mga normal and also costly mistakes ng isang investor. So, kung kayo po ay nakapag-take down ng notes nyo, good job for you. If you haven't taken down the notes, lahat ng sinabi natin kanina, we're just going to mention it through our comment box later on. So, hintayin nyo na lang, no? And of course, again, gaya nating nakasanayan, I'm going to ask already the questions ninyo, mga ka-TGFI. But before anything else, mag-hello lang ulit ako sa mga babagong pasok pa lang. Si Emeline Pataksil watching from Seoul, South Korea. So, we have people from South Korea coming in. Carl Kabansag from Dubai, UAE. Watching naman from Hong Kong, si Max Barandino. Okay, later you can watch Max after this Facebook Live or the TGFI Live, maglalabas kagad yung recorded. Thanks for the support from Rizal Manawag. Thank you, Rizal, of course.
Hi, Rizal.
Walang problema. Later, we're going to guys, if you're already here in Manila, base kayo dito in Manila, mamaya we have some things na i-announce natin. I-ready nyo lang yung mga keyboard kasi I'm going to give away free passes for the event na i-announce natin mamaya. Ayan. Okay? So, let's go now to the questions one by one. So, ilang minutes pa po ang meron ako, ma'am? Okay, 10 minutes. We have 10 minutes. Okay, sige. Let's go with our first questions. Ito, I think, question for both of us. Pero sige, saan daw mas maganda mag-invest? Mutual funds or the stock market?
Depende nga kung, for me, ang basis ko kung whether mutual fund or stock market is your time.
Okay.
Your ability to be able to monitor stock prices. For me, if your work, for example, is in flex time ka, for example, or in a way your working hours, it will not coincide with trading hours. Trading hours kasi 9 to 12 and 1:30 to 3:30. So, for me, kung ganun yung situation mo, you can actually do the stock trading yourselves. Pero my suggestion would be, of course, to have a diversified portfolio. No? Pero if you have a job which requires you to be in the office from 8:30 to 5:30, which is the usual case, my suggestion would be mutual funds.
Yes. Ako nga, may iba ako na-encounter. Talagang, ang sisipag nila. Sa Middle East daw kasi, well, in particular Saudi, pagka normal trading hours daw natin, which is yun nga, 9 to 3 p.m. Sa kanila madaling araw daw yun. Parang
gumigising sila.
Gumigising sila. Petrade sila. Wow.
Doon na pupasok yung discipline and dedication talaga.
Pero still, no, parang 2, 3 a.m. Ibig sabihin, if you need to wait for yung trading, yung bawa, magbe-break yun, siguro sa kanila, 3 a.m. magsisimula yung stock. Sabihin natin, mga bandang 5 a.m. Hindi nga 3 hours. Siguro mga bandang 7 a.m. pa yung first half. Parang gising ka pa, no? Yun din. You have,
tapos papasok ka pa the next day, no? So,
if
in a way, hindi
sustainable. With the time. Ayan. So, we have another question from D. Anong investment ang less tax or no tax at all upon redemption? If my investment is long-term, worried that my investment will grow, I won't be able to enjoy it because of tax upon exiting. Yan. So, ayaw niyo magbayad ng tax.
Medyo malaki kasi, di ba, yung capital gains tax. Pero hindi naman natin may iwasan talaga. Lahat ng investments, no? Kapag meron kang sale, meron kang kailangan na bayaran na capital gains tax. Pero kapag fixed income, pag peso fixed income, no? Meron agad, aside from the capital gains tax, meron kang 20% final withholding tax. You have to take note of that as well. Pero kapag dollar-denominated, yung bond or fixed income asset, walang tax yun.
Okay.
Yung on the interest.
Okay. So, take note sa ating nagtanong, no? So, ito statement na to from Nami Chan Moster. Yan. Sabi niya, hi, Dara. Personally, I also invested in equity-linked funds. I think naka-invest sa VUL. I think it's okay to let it stay long. Philippines is in great era now. So
actually, maraming investors, even foreign investors, they're quite positive on the Philippines. So long-term siya. Actually, kung dollar peso lang yung tingnan natin. Ngayon, nasa mga 48 levels tayo. Wow. So weak peso tayo, no? Pero one foreign house, actually, this is a Japanese bank, nag-release sila ng report recently. They're still positive on the Philippines. So, expectation nila actually come 5 years from now, 2021, we would probably reach 45 levels again.
Wow. Okay. So, guys, no? Kayo, if you're not yet investing your money, haven't invested in any instruments, especially kung stocks man yan or bonds man yan. Well, especially stocks, no? Ang dami na nagsasabi, hindi lang naman mga Pilipino sabi that we are doing good in terms of our potentials. Even other countries are saying that if you haven't invested yet, yan yung malaking mawawala sa'yo, no? Of course, it's already It's November. So, pwede na, mag-ready na kayo ng inyong mga bonuses. 5,000 pesos lang. You can already open your own investment in the stock market. So, all you have to do is, go to your preferred broker, whether online man yan or traditional, and then open na. Because there's a lot of time na pwede mong mapalaki pa yung pera mo. Okay? So, let's go to other questions na ating mga ka-TGFI. Okay. Ito, I think si Dara kasi nagtanong siya kanina. Hi, I have variable insurance and I've chosen 100% equity for investment side. Yun. So, yung VUL niya, naka 100% equity. Okay? Naka 100% stocks. Okay? Is it time for me to shift to less risky options like bonds? Knowing the current situation in the stock market, I considered risky options because I'm thinking long term. I'm 25 years old. Ako, batang-bata.
Bata pa pala.
Dara. Yeah. So, sabi nga ni Tony, no? There's a Japanese firm said, we have lots of potentials. Kasi, ito naman natutunan ko from kay Chairman Edward Lee of Call Financial. No? In terms of yung population demographics natin, no? Kung i-check mo kasi, let's say Japan daw, ang Japan, ang average age na nila ngayon, parang mga 50 years old.
Yes, oo. Yes. Matanda yung average ng Japan.
US is also mga 40 plus sila, 44. Other countries, basta yung mga Western countries, matatanda ng 40 plus. In the Philippines, our median age is only 23 years old.
That's correct.
Diba?
So, same report ata yun.
Yeah, same report.
Same report yan. Basa ko din yun.
Kumbaga, sa isang pyramid, kasi, ang Japan, pa ganun. Ibig sabihin, mas mataas yung median age. Maraming matatanda. India and Philippines, yung natatangi na pyramid talaga, as in perfect pyramid. So, if we're talking about the potentials, kasi yung next in line or yung next generation, mga bata pa, and marami pang mapoproduce na mas magagaling na employees, mas magaling na mga Filipino working class. Of course, you're going to look on a better economy or better performance. Okay? So, if it's the right time to pull out ba her money?
For me, long-term pa rin. I think long-term. Actually, in the article which April published, actually, last year, yung 12 costly mistakes investors make, no? Meron siyang last statement doon which I would like to highlight and I would like to echo as well. Sabi kasi nila, boring daw yung buy and hold strategy. Pero sa totoo lang, if you look at it, no, buy and hold strategy for years, normally yung performance of your portfolio would be better than a churning portfolio.
That's right. Totoo yan. Kasi for performance ng world history, well, I think for US yata, if I'm not mistaken, for the last 20 years, almost 20 years din per annum yung return nila. So, 20% per annum is not bad. Compare mo naman sa time deposit natin ngayon na 0.5%. Diba? Savings deposits 0.5%. Ang laki ng difference.
Yes.
Ayan. Okay? So, I think ito napag-usapan natin yung IPO. Buying IPO, siguro set na lang ng sa tingin mo yung disadvantage and advantage?
Parang tinatayaan mo rin talaga yung kumpanya. At the end of the day, an IPO is the first time na yung kumpanya pumunta sa market to raise capital. No? So, if for example, in a way, ang term doon ay hindi masyadong malakas yung demand, undersubscribe, no? Pwedeng matalo yung initial na bili mo. However, as I've mentioned, kung ganun yung nangyari, might as well stick to your view. If you still think that fundamentally, the company is sound, fundamentally, it's still healthy financially, no? So, might as well hold on to your investment.
Kalimitan yan, pag nasa PSE ka sa Ortigas, makikita mo pag mahaba yung pila. Pila sila for IPO.
For IPO.
So, yung iba yun yung basis. Ay, haba ng pila na ako.
Yung mga hype na yan. Pero syempre, you have to do your own due diligence nga.
Joke yan, ha? Marami kasing mga bigla na lang sasabi ng mga kalokohan ko. Joke lang yun. Okay. Ayan. Ito, I think this question is for you. Perfect question for you. Hi po, for money market, do you prefer UITF, mutual fund, or stand-alone na money market?
Ang money market kasi, ang definition nun, tenor mo is less than 1 year. Merong money market mutual funds. So, normally, ang laman nun would be placement na short-term kay BSP. Ang tawag doon, SDA. Pero potentially kasi, ma-phase out na yun come June of next year. Yun yung sinabi ni Governor Titanco. No? So, technically, yung money market mutual fund, para lang siyang pool of placements among various banks. So, versus a standalone placement, na exposure mo is technically with just one bank. No? So, for me, sa totoo lang, medyo maliit lang yung difference in terms of yield. So, kung ikaw, komportable ka sa banko, sa just one bank, no, might as well just place it na time deposit na lang sa banko na yun. Because, admittedly, maliliit lang yung difference sa time deposit rates nila
Okay. Ayan. So, take note sa ating nagtanong, no? So, ito, I have another question from Kent. Ayan. Ma'am, ano po maganda na percentage? Mutual fund versus stock market? Kasi yung trading hours, nasa work po ako. Ito yung pinag-usapan natin. Ayan. Then, mga 5 years or long-term pa naman yung gusto ko or plano ko na makapag-invest. Medyo middle po ang risk tolerance ko. Thank you. Ayan. From Kent Flores.
If that's the case, my suggestion is really mutual fund. since 5 years pa naman yung time horizon mo, no, in terms of investment, might as well invest in an equity mutual fund.
Okay.
Equity mutual fund.
Kung gusto niya na UITF, yeah. Meron na rin actually may mga mutual fund and UITF na ngayon na you can invest, may tinatawag na silang sariling index fund. Yeah. So try nyo rin. But of course,
para technically nag-invest ka na sa PSEI.
Yeah, sa PSEI. But of course, research pa rin po sa mga ka-TGFI. Ayan. Okay. And ayan. So may mga questions nyo, no? Ilang minutes pa po? Marami pa? 5 minutes? Wala na, no more na. Sige, eto, last question na lang. Okay. Gusto ko matuto mag-trade. Wala akong kilala na maging mentor ko or coach na pwedeng mag-guide sa akin. Ako na lang yung sasagot. You watch next week. You watch next week kasi next week we'll be having another TGFI live wherein i-guess natin isang fundamentalist which is Nikki Yu and another person which is trader naman si Roy Reyes. Diba? So, it's an exciting topic kasi pagtatapatin natin, fundamental and technical. Yes, so, tignan natin kung paano sila mag-aaway. Ayan. Pero of course, you tune in next week. That's another Thursday, 6:30. We'll try to go online already. Okay? So, yung mga tanong nyo, may mga pumapasok pa ba? Wala na daw tayong time. Sige, hello na lang ulit sa lahat ng online. Si Don Ross Shockle. Thank you. Okay. Maylene Caparoso, watching from Hong Kong. Ito si Maylene, nakasama ko doon, nag-seminar ako doon. Hello, Maylene. And, okay. Ito na lang siguro, Tony. Ay, naku, mamimigay pa kami ng passes eh. Pwede pa ba? Okay. O, pwede rin mamigay. Sige. While pinag-iisipan natin si Tony, bibigyan ko muna kayo ng question. Okay. So, ang question natin ngayon, unahan. Okay? Because, ano ulit yung mangyayari na event for CFA?
Sa November 19, merong event si CFA Society Philippines.
Okay.
The event is called Philippine Retail Investment Conference.
Okay.
With the theme of Remain Invested, Ride the Virtuous Cycle of Wealth.
Okay.
So, technically, a target market natin are our retail investors.
Ayan. So, nakikita niyo sa screen na ngayon, no? This will be in SMX in Taguig. Ayan, okay? So, save the date, November 19, 2016. So, kung kayo po ay gustong umattend, no? Ilang tickets pa pwede natin pamigay? Sige, let's start with 10. Okay. We'll be giving away 10 tickets right now. Okay. All you have to do is, isip kayo, ano yung pinaka-costly mistake na nangyari sa inyo when you started investing in whatever investment instrument? Okay? One-liner statement. The first 10 na makikita natin, bibigay namin yung passes. Sige na, go. Comment. Bilisan nyo na. Okay? First 10. Okay? So, all you have to do is put in yung inyong comment. Okay? Ano yung pinaka... ano nga ba yung question ko? Ano yung pinaka-costly mistake nyo as an investor? Di ba? Yung pinaka-memorable na mistake na, hindi ko talaga makakalimutan to yung mistake na to. Okay? One-liner. With two sentences, whatever. Okay, comment it right now. The first 10, okay, na i-announce ko ngayon, I'll give you the pass. Ayan, di ba? Swerte-swerte. And of course, kung kayo naman ay, is it a paid event?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So,
kung hindi kayo makasama sa free, all you have to do is go there. Go there ba? Or they need to register somewhere?
They can actually go there.
Okay.
May tickets naman doon.
Ayan. Okay. So, punta lang kayo doon. It's in Taguig. That's November 19. So, anong oras ay pag-start?
9 a.m.
Okay. 9 a.m. Okay. Sayang. Dito ako Singapore. Melford, don't worry. Kung may kamag-anak ka kakilala na gustong pagbigyan, we'll give it to your kamag-anak or friend. Okay? Getting the pumapasok na. Getting the investment without studying. Si Frederick Balanay, you got one pass from us. Message us after this event. This Facebook live natin, TGFI live. Over expectation. Yan, isa lang mistake ko kay Dara Astorga. Dara, message us, you win the prize. Si Excel Ragini, investing without first learning. Of course, Excel, nasa Singapore ka, pero you can give the pass to anyone. Message us, of course, in our TGFI fan page para we will give you the pass. Okay, nadala sa opinion ng friend Georgette Perez Bustamante. Ayan, okay, you get also the prize. Ayan, ito pa, Neil Glenn Parman. nadala sa hype ng market. Nako ha, huwag mong papadala sa hype ng market. Okay? Buy high, sell low kay Kent Flores. Okay, ilan na yung pamimigay ko? 6 na. Okay, 4 pa. Okay, how much is the ticket by the way?
1,000.
1,000 pesos. You can save 1,000 pesos. Libre nyo na lang ako sa sa TGFI Fridays. Worth 1,000 din yung bill. Okay. Ayan. 4 pa na passes. Did not compare providers. VUL kay Lorelie Ann. Lorelie, congratulations. You get the pass for the Prick event this November 19. Message us after this Facebook Live. So may 3 pa, no? KISM. Invested 40,000 without proper research. Congratulations to UK. Yan. Okay? Sunod sa uso po, sir. Akala ko sunod sa puso eh. Ito talaga. Juvel, parang Pellegrino, sinunod mo ang uso, you get another pass. Ilan pa? Isa na lang. Okay, one more. Buying stock on the peak, not checking the chart or fundamental. Congratulations to Ralph. You also get the pass for November 19 CFA event, the Prick event. So, 10 na. Ilan yung napamigay natin kanina? 16. So, plus 10, 26. So, may 4 pa, technically. Tama ba? Hindi, 50 yun. Sige. I'll give 4 pa. 4 passes pa. Sige. Okay. Bumaba yung price. Binenta after ilang oras pang pumagaspas ang presyo. Ava C. Okay. You also get the free pass. Okay. Invested 40,000 without proper research. Binigyan ko na to. Okay, so 4 pa, 3 pa. I'm giving 3 more passes for November 19th event. All you have to do is to comment kung ano ang naging great mistake nyo as an investor. Pinaka-memorable. Ayan, naniwala sa chismis kay Chris Fabros. Congratulations, Chris. Message us right after the event dun sa ating Facebook Messenger so that you get the pass. Okay? And 2 more. Okay. Ayan, eto, question na lang. Siguro, while nag-aano pa ako ng 2 entries, question na lang for you, okay. Tony. Watching from South Korea daw si Romel Biag. Okay, anong maganda para sa mga OFW na katulad ko po? I think magandang investment.
Yeah. Magandang investment, well, for me, ano pa rin? Either is, long-term naman tayo either a portfolio of stocks, or you can actually, kapag umuwi ka dito sa Pilipinas, mag-open ka ng, bumili ka ng UITF or mutual fund.
Okay.
Still the same.
Okay. So, important is, sabi mo nga, you need to have your own investment strategy. Okay? So, sa ating 2 pang hinihintay, sige, I'll give the pass to Sir Emerson Cel Atalos, Emerson Perez. Congratulations. And lastly, kay Rowena Sardido Abela Surban. Without studying the company, invest lang dahil sabi-sabi. Nako yan. Huwag kayo basta-basta makikinig lang kung kani-kanino. Di ba yan yung mga uso na, maganda rin mag-invest kasi sabi ni Tito, recommended dito. Iwasan natin yung mga ganun. No? You need to do your own research. Okay? Congratulations sa ating, ilan yung pinamigay ko? 14 passes. Congratulations to our 14 winners for the Prick event this coming November 19. All you have to do is to message us in the TGFI fan page. You know guys, we still have around 20 passes na pamimigay namin. Along the way, all you have to do is to tune in the TGFI fan page from time to time and also in the TGFI forum so that makita nyo ako ano pa yung pamimigay namin. Mamimigay pa kami, 20 pa yung pwede namin pamigay. Hintayin nyo lang yon. For now, ito muna, medyo marami na rin naman yung 14 passes. Yeah? So, message nyo lang kami para mabigyan namin kayo kung paano yun nyo makiklaim yung inyong tickets for the November 19 event in CFA. Okay? So, for now, yan na lang muna ang ating TGFI Live for today. So, maybe last words to our ka-TGFI watching.
Well, last words is that, for you to technically avoid committing the mistakes, as I mentioned, you have to gain experience. And for you to gain experience, you should start investing.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is my main message. And then I'll see you guys on November 19.
Pwede ba sila magpa-picture sa'yo?
Oo naman. Yeah. Oo naman. Marami tayong speakers. Okay. Actually, si VP Lenny magsasalita. Siya yung magde-deliver ng welcome remarks.
VP Lenny Robredo.
Yes, VP Lenny Robredo. Okay. And then aside from that, sila April will be speaking. Aside from that, we invited the Chief Investment Officer of Sun Life.
Okay.
Si Mike Enriquez. And then, so sila yung nagmamanage ng VULs ni Sun Life.
Sun Life na pala si Mike Enriquez.
Yes. Ay, iba siya.
Iba pala.
Iba, kapangalan lang. Okay. And then also, we have the fixed income head of ATR Asset Management. Wow. So sila naman nagmamanage yung mutual funds.
Pagka nagpa-picture ba ako kay Miss April lang ganon sa November 19?
Gaganyan ba siya? Naku, hindi ko alam.
Baka masaktan lang ako. Okay. So for those ka-TGFI na watching us right now, thank you for watching us here in the TGFI Live. Kami po ay nag-enjoy ulit muli. Okay? Watch us for this coming Monday. So we have another Motivational Monday. Thursday, of course, TGFI Live Thursday. We'll be having Nikki Yu and also another trader, si Roy Reyes, to talk about trading and how to make winning stocks. Okay? And fundamentals and trading technical analysis. Okay? That will be next Thursday. And of course, we'll be having, babalik na po natin yung ating regular Web Academy series wherein that will be November 25. Ito naman po paid siya na webinar. You get to learn on how you can have your own food business become a franchising company. So kasama natin sila, ano pangalan nung sila Boy Canin. Yan, Boy Canin. Okay, tuturuan nila kayo kung paano. Boy Canin, okay, tuturuan nila kayo kung paano mag-order ng extra rice. Tuturuan nila kayo kung paano paano gawing franchising firm yung iyong sariling business. They're also the consultant of ano nga ba yung niya? I forgot. Binalot. Ayan. Siya rin yung consultant nun. So, napalaki na nila yung Binalot. So, gumawa na sila daw ng sariling franchise, their own food business. So, they'll be joining us this November 25. Watch out for our ad. Yun naman, it's a paid webinar naman, no? If you're in the food industry, if you're starting or aiming to be a food entrepreneur, and that's the best webinar for you. And of course, thank you again for all of you guys. So, hintayin nyo na lang po kami next week. So, yun na lang muna. Magandang araw sa inyo mga ka-TGFI. Magandang gabi kung nasaan ka man. Magandang tanghali, magandang hapon. Goodbye. See you next week, ka-TGFI.